I had my first suicide attempt at age 12. Yep, so it's been a challenging journey, yeah, but one that I don't regret at all. Yeah, yeah. So what has contributed to my mental illness? I believe it was my upbringing and the abuse that, yeah, myself and my sisters went through then. It was quite severe. I liken it to being in a battlefield, you know, and being in terror a lot. I grew up, I guess, feeling that my stuff was on the bottom of the list, so I tended to attract partners who I felt needed rescuing and mothering rather than having a relationship, and a lot of those were quite toxic and abusive. A lot of times I've been in this world because of my son. Today I live because of me, but I truly believe if he hadn't been brought into my life, I wouldn't be here.
Show up! You did well, baby. High five.
When he was about 15, 16, that was a really tough time, but that's when I had the last suicide attempt. I think the biggest thing was the guilt I carried as a mom. You know, I have this precious boy that I brought, you know, into this world, and to expose him to the abuse, you know, if I'm seeing me suicidal and depressed and arguing with boyfriends and not having a husband at the time, you know, seeing me drink too much, you know, so many things. Like, how could I put my baby through that, you know, and then fear of maybe I'll never be better. You know, maybe I'm always going to feel like this. I want him to see me happy. So I actually thought I was doing my son a favor by ending my life, you know. And at that point was a really, really hard time for him. He didn't actually come to see me in the hospital. And that was really hard. He's actually a hero in my eyes because he's really good about speaking up. And I just think, how'd you ever get so switched on, you know? And he goes, I've had to deal with a mom like you know. I'm into natural therapies. I don't like antidepressants because I've tried antidepressants and anti-anxiety medication, and I had severe reactions to both of them. I'm doing 2 types of therapy now. I'm doing eye therapy, which is not a talking therapy, and then I also have psychotherapy. I do meditation, I do yoga, I burn oils, I connect a lot with nature. Releasing anger and sadness has been a bit of a challenge. So, you know, we use various things like the punching bag, you know, doing that, even ripping the old Yellow Pages phone books. When I turn 50 next year, I tend to be in the best shape of my life financially, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. So what I see myself doing next year is facilitating healthy eating groups, more mental health groups, and yeah, giving somehow in regards to in the mental health domain. Recovery means to me living my life, I guess what I feel comfortable with, you know, following my passion, following my dreams, you know, working on my issues, my anxieties, you know, lowering all these things, and I guess learning to be, yeah, totally happy working with what I have, you know, being grateful for what I have and who I am, and that's what recovery is to me.